I'm Rosaria Gracia and I'm a dance artist, ethnochoreologist and a dance health specialist, and I've been leading, I devised the whole training and I've been leading the 3 days with amazing collaboration from Visakha Sarkar and Amina Khayyam. So day one was about working with older people. So we basically looked at the skills the facilitator needs to work in all sorts of settings, from community settings to being institutional settings. And it was an opportunity to think about how to adapt the dance skills that all the participants have and take them to a setting that probably they are not that used to. So it's more about the skills of the facilitator, the softer skills that they need to identify for themselves, not just the artistry, because they are dance experts, but it's about how to translate that into a different setting, how to be flexible with the groups. And we had the visit of Visakha Sarkar, which was absolutely amazing because of her experience, and she brought in some props and contextualized South Asian dance in these different settings, and looking at, for example, being on barefoot and using the hands, using the eyes, the storytelling. So it was a really nice combination between the generic skills that you need to work in health settings, together with which are the skills and what is the kind of the core of South Asian dance and how you can put them together.
I'm Kali Chandrasekharan. I'm a dancer and choreographer, trained in Indian classical dance and contemporary dance. Although I've been working in care situations a lot, and this is like a renewal of my thinking of the way I work, to reanalyze, to look again at what I do, how I work in care homes, which is such a good thing for me, because usually we work in care situation and we constantly don't have the time to reevaluate and relearn or renew ourselves in the way we work and how we look at things and what we do and different kinds of things.
So day two, we were looking at working with women's groups. It was vulnerable groups in general, but we focused on women's groups and refugees and asylum seekers. And again, we explored what the skills of the facilitator needed to be, and really reflected a little bit more about the softer skills that we have. So we had lots of reflection time about all the different softer skills that we have as individuals. So my softer skills may be different to someone else's. Really looking at our strengths and really looking at our limitations, what our role as a facilitator was, and when it's okay to say no, and for the safety of ourselves and the participants that we are working with. It was a very animated session, it was brilliant. We had Amina Khayyam as well that came in to talk about her work with Bangladeshi women's groups and how she creates all her pieces that are very much based on consultation with community. And we created a show choreography that was very much based on storytelling. So again, it was how to translate some of the elements from Kathak into the settings that we are working with, being aware of the skills and the needs and the requirements of the groups that we work with.
My name is Mohika and I am an international student. I just graduated from the University of Derby and I am now transitioning into a freelance artist. It has been wonderful. I have learned so much and I feel really blessed because I've had it at such a foundational stage in my career. Because I've just graduated, so to already have certain toolkit and skills that I could use later on in the future, it is an absolute blessing.
And today is the last day, and lots of questions, lots of reflection about the challenges, but also about why it's important to bring dance into the health setting, really. So we have explored what are the requirements of the different groups that we may need to work with, what are their needs, what are the kind of the elements that we need to be aware of, where can we get extra, I suppose, understanding of the conditions if they are diagnosed, and really how to put together the dance expertise with the softer skills of the facilitator to actually put our toolbox at the service of the groups that we work with. And we have had a visit of people that work for NHS trusts to really give us a little bit more information about all these issues, really about how to create pathways to collaborate with people in the NHS and other charities and other groups that are working in the community. So it's really quite full on, a really real mixture between practice and theory. But I think that everybody really has come up with a completely different perspective about how to adapt the dance practice to different settings to serve better the groups that they work with.